Hey everyone, Jake here and welcome to the next video on raising a working puppy. This one I'll be going over the tuck sit. The tuck sit is something that any dog can learn, but we specifically want it for our dogs that are going to be doing some type of competition obedience because again, it gives a nice clean heel, a clean sit and prevent any of that forging. I have another video that shows a good example of this in the teaching the folding down. I'm going to show you an example though of what a dog that does not do a tuck sit, what that looks like. Check it out. All right, so notice in that video there, the dog actually will sit, but they take a step backwards. The reason we don't want that is because the dog will start slowly creeping back sometimes, or sometimes we'll have the dog in a heel position, and when we want them to sit, they're so accustomed to taking that step backwards first, they actually get out of position. We want the rear end to actually come forward. I'm gonna show you how you can actually start this with your dog, your puppy, right now. Here's some step-by-step on how you can do it. Check it out. So if you first notice, I am using this training table. It helps out tremendously when teaching the tuck sit, in my opinion, and that is typically my go-to at first. Next, if you notice, I'm using my left hand here to kind of help bring that rear end in. Again, this is just for shaping that behavior, and you'll see me mark on this, so hear that. If I don't like where he's gonna end up, I just start over again. But again, using some of that hand to help bring that rear end in is absolutely fine right now in the beginning. All right, that right there was a great example of what we are striving for. Again, if it's okay to use your hand to bring that rear end in, I've done a little bit of this already with my puppy previously, so he's actually doing very well. But again, I'd use a little bit more hand movement, a little more help with him. A little trouble there. It's okay, we start over. Did a little bit more hand help with him in the beginning. Right now, I'm not using much of it. If you notice, I'm just making sure that rear end comes in properly. All right, so in this clip here, I'm actually not using my hand to bring that rear end in. I'm actually just luring with the food and then marking on it. So if you notice that here in this video, that is the big difference. And again, nice movement there is exactly what you're trying to accomplish with your dog or puppy. I'm bringing him towards the end, so he has to bring that rear end tucked in to sit, and then I mark on it. Again, going to do tons of reps of this to make sure we get really great foundation work in for this tuck sit. I have the mirror to actually help me out to see when that rear end actually touches the ground. And that's something you should be looking out for too, is you want to make sure the dog's not hovering, that they actually tuck that rear end in and then come down. Again, there you have it, the tuck sit, another very simple thing you can start shaping right now with your dog or your puppy. It is a lot easier to do it at this young age, however. There's actually nothing wrong. I really want to remind everyone there's nothing wrong with a dog that sits and takes that step back, especially if we're just doing everyday general obedience. I really don't have a problem with it. But when it comes to people who do want to compete, this is something that you're really going to want to do, is have your dog be able to come into that tuck sit. So I hope this is some great information for you as well. Take your time, be patient, and be on the lookout for the next raising a working puppy video.